Next on Worcester News tonight, a couple accused of leaving the remains of a dead baby in Worcester face a judge as the investigation moves forward. Plus, we'll have a taste of Shrewsbury Street and hear from locals hitting Worcester's dining scene. Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Catherine Inrioli. Topping our news tonight, a man and woman face serious charges tonight. Worcester police say they left the remains of a baby in a trash bag behind a home on Lake Ave. Police discovered the remains Monday after a neighbor reported a strong odor coming from the bag. They arrested the pair later when they were seen walking on nearby train tracks. It's a gruesome discovery. Today, a couple faced a judge. Our Brittany Schaefer has the story.
There was discovered tied up in multiple bags, a baby that was deceased.
A Worcester couple appears in court Tuesday. Police say they disposed of a baby in a plastic bag in the woods.
This is a serious case. There's strong evidence tying both of the defendants before you today to the crimes charged here, including witness statements and statements from Ms. Ruam.
According to police, 31-year-old Edwin Santiago helped 36-year-old Jennifer Room place the remains in a trash bag behind 384 Lake Ave. Room's lawyer says this is not a murder case.
This was nothing more than a very sad story and a tragedy. It certainly wasn't a homicide. It wasn't a manslaughter. It was just a very, very sad situation that was brought upon this young woman, and I think the process is going to play itself out and she's going to be fully exonerated.
According to court documents, Room has a history with drugs and prostitution.
Mr. Ruam has a 5-page criminal history, multiple convictions. Mr. Santiago has a 3-page criminal history as well as a restraining order on that criminal history.
The two are facing charges of removal of a human body and concealing death of a child. But the charges could change. The Worcester County District Attorney's Office says an autopsy will determine the cause of death.
There's a big distinction in the law and in science between a child that has passed away, a baby that is deceased or passed away, versus a child that was never brought to fruition. A fetal remains is what the allegation is in this case.
Brittany Schaefer, Worcester News Tonight.
And the case is sparking action from Baby Safe Haven, New England. Many locations around central Massachusetts offer a safe spot for parents to drop off their newborn babies if they feel they cannot care for the child. The Baby Safe Haven law went into effect in 2004 in Massachusetts. It allows parents to leave their babies up to 7 days old with an employee at a hospital, fire station, or police station. The fire station on Grove Street in Worcester is one of those locations. Deputy Fire Chief John Sullivan says it allows parents to drop off their babies without fear of prosecution.
And that it has to be a manned fire station. As you can see from the sign behind us, if no one was here, you'd call 911 and an ambulance would come and take the baby as well. So there's a number of provisions for parents who are in difficult positions to make those choices to make sure that the baby is safe.
Baby Safe Haven says there's been a 90% drop since awareness campaigns targeted teens and people in their 20s. Hungry crowds hitting Restaurant Row tonight in Worcester for the return of a taste of Shrewsbury Street. The event draws people from all around Worcester to sample dishes from more than 30 restaurants at one of Worcester's best dining locations. Restaurants offered samples of signature dishes and vendors were also out at the event. Piccolo's was a popular spot for many taking in the spring temperatures. Owner John Piccolo says the Shrewsbury Merchants Association has put on many hours of planning into tonight's event.
Preparation, a lot of organization, things that we get used to after a while. We do it every year, and you know, make sure the streets are manicured and trash is picked up. And I wish we could do it twice a year.
Yeah, just stroll up and down the street, stop off where you want. Last year the crowds were so big it was a little tough. The lines get a little long, but it is definitely worth waiting for. Yeah, it's fun. Come out, and we don't really do too many things like this in Ireland, but it's a little different here in America.
The Taste of Shrewsbury Street is the biggest fundraiser of the year for the Shrewsbury Street Merchants Association. Proceeds will go towards local charities, including Seven Hills Charter School and the Friendly House. After coming up short last year, WPI students took home the top prize in the 11th annual International Robotic Sailing Competition. 11 teams from across the country met in Maryland to use their unmanned boats. Students had to create a sail up to 2 meters long and navigate them through a variety of challenges on the Chesapeake Bay. WPI finished first in oral presentation, collision avoidance, and overall performance. Team members say they're happy to be part of such important work.
Have an entrepreneurial aspect as well, and I personally found research just last year saying that people were really excited about this. So that makes it even more interesting to me.
I think it's really great for the school. I mean, starting last year, seeing how the team did, kind of really just getting their feet wet, going to see how the competition was, and this competition definitely does have a lot of implications of future work and future research. I'll make my way over there after.
Worcester could be the destination for next year's competition as the winning university holds the event the following year. The Worcester Police Department's Mounted Patrol Unit is in the middle of their first week on the job. Today, one of the horses got to meet a group of school kids who played a big part in naming him. Rosalind Flaherty has the story.
Horses are coming back to Worcester. I mean, how is that not exciting?
Third graders at City View School got to experience history. After more than 60 years, police will patrol city streets on horseback. And Monday, one of those horses met the students who named him.
They and the community are going to be really proud seeing Major patrolling the streets of Worcester for the years to come.
Third, fourth, and fifth graders from across Worcester submitted names for one of the horses in the Worcester Police Department's Mounted Patrol Unit. These third graders picked the winning name, Major, after Marshal Major Taylor. Major Taylor was a world champion cyclist who lived and trained in Worcester.
We have been practicing for the MCAS testing, and they enjoyed the story so much, and we talked more about it, did a little bit of research on him, and then we saw the opportunity of naming the horse. We all thought, wow, that would be something special.
Unibank sponsors Major. They say they wanted to get the kids in the community involved by naming him.
For them to do some homework like that and really come up with somebody's name that is so befitting to the area, I thought it was awesome.
The mounted patrols began this week. Officer David Rojas works with Major and says so far the experience has been amazing.
The response we're getting is fantastic. People love seeing us in their neighborhoods, and we're really trying to get out there as much as we can.
But it's not always glamorous work. Rojas says after each shift, the officers will go back around and pick up the horse's waste.
That's part of the job.
Major is joining 3 other horses as they patrol the streets of Worcester.
He has a street named after him, and now he has a police-mounted horse in his honor.
Rosalind Flaherty, Worcester News Tonight.
Established almost 90 years ago, Reliant Medical Group is the first group medical practice in central Massachusetts. Now the group will be opening a new location in the Auburn Mall. The new facility is set to open in 2018. Olivia Lemon has the story.
An old anchor store at the Auburn Mall will soon be home to a large medical center.
What we're doing right now is demising the space, taking it from one type of a shape and making it into another.
Sheila Hennessy is the area marketing director at Simon Malls. She says this is their first property in Massachusetts to open a medical facility. The former Macy's home goods store is expected to see about 45,000 patients a year.
You come for an appointment, before or after you can, run and grab something at Forever 21 or go to Bath and Body Works or Victoria's Secrets. So it's a really convenience for the shoppers and the Reliant Medical patients to be able to have 2-in-1.
Reliant Medical Group will combine their Auburn and Millbury locations into one. They will offer adult and pediatric primary care and additional services like cardiology and OB/GYN.
This is an exciting time for Reliant because over the next 2 years we will be moving several of our locations whose leases are expiring into new facilities.
Reliant says the new location will be completely custom designed and offer patients quick access to the shopping mall if they want it.
Patients don't have to walk through the mall and shoppers don't have to walk through our medical office to get here.
The new medical facility is expected to take up about 70,000 square feet, leaving some space for more retail or different services. The space was originally slated for a movie theater and restaurant.
I think what's great about business and ideas is it starts out as one thing and becomes another.
Olivia Lemon,